Heading to match number 3, maybe the best one of the night in terms of just looking at how even these two wrestlers are. Nicolar Rivera, number 16 in the nation for the Badgers. He's their ringer, but going to have himself an interesting bout against Trever Anderson, the redshirt sophomore, ranked 29th.
Yeah, I think Trever Anderson came out and got a pin against Iowa State. So he's coming off big time. But as I say that, Nicolar gets to his firemen's, and the ref awarded the takedown?
Yep.
He awarded the takedown, okay. Now we're in the scramble, and it looks like Anderson is in a little crackdown position. Goal here is for Rivera to get off his hip and hook that ankle. As he gets the ankle, and yeah, secure takedown. Riding time's going up as a quick escape happens. Match is paused. I think they're kind of talking about this takedown here.
Yeah, you seemed a little surprised, Coach. What did you see from that one?
Well, I saw Rivera go to his fireman's there, and he takes him to his back. And most of the time we talk about reaction time where you get that fireman's and he takes him down. But looks like Anderson reacted pretty fast. So I think that's what they're going to see, or at least that's what Schwab looked like he's arguing, whether if it's a secure takedown or not.
You have a prediction here, Coach?
I mean, I think I give him the respect for the reaction time, but at the end of it all, Rivera ended up securing the takedown anyways. But it looks like
gonna let this one stand, or are they gonna go back to their corners?
Yeah, I think we got some blood time here. When we come back from blood, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, as it stands, it will be a takedown and escape. Rivera in the lead 3-1, and Trever Anderson, he's done pretty well for himself. Was unranked when he took down number 5 Caleb Smith in Nebraska. That was UNI's first win against the Cornhuskers in 34 years. Of course, you can see that's a big reason why they had so much success. They got one of the best in the game at their head coach, UNI does.
Yeah, and that was their other Big Ten matchup that they had, and they beat Nebraska, which was pretty cool. I think that they won 6 matches there, and I always talk about if you win more than 5 or 6 matches in a duel, you should be able to win unless you're giving up bonus points. And at the college level, it's really hard to give up bonus points. So if you can get to 5 or 6 matches that you win, most of the time you're going to win the duel. And Rivera with that fireman's again to the takedown. Did we get back points? And 2-point near fall. So just like that, Rivera scores 5 points in the matter of 5 seconds.
Nicolar Rivera, 16-3 on the year. Hometown kid from Stoughton, Wisconsin. Just about a 10-minute drive from here, maybe 20.
Yeah, and he's trying to crank up some more points here. He's got that leg in, and I believe the ref is holding back points, and he's giving them 3. He's going right back to legs in, power half. Once you get elbow to elbow with that power half, it really starts to crank on the shoulder and the neck and makes it a little bit easier to take the guys over.
And we talk about Wisconsin. They've got their best 2 coming up, so it's definitely, it would be incredibly difficult, but if Wisconsin's going to try and come away with a victory here over a top 5 opponent, they're going to need Rivera to do his job here. So tech fall feels like the minimum.
Yes, yes. And hoping we get the tech fall here, hoping they get the tech fall here, because I think that Rivera and Fugitt, they're starting to wrestle consistently. I know Rivera lost a couple matches early on this year where he probably could have won them or should have won them. But it's real big for these guys to start wrestling consistently, especially with the Big Tens coming around and winning the matches that they're supposed to win, and, you know, fighting real hard for the matches that they're underdogs against.
Meanwhile, Anderson able to get himself a reversal as period number 1 will tick down, and they'll do it. Yeah, you talk about some close losses that Rivera has had. The one that comes to mind is in the border battle against Michigan. Up 3 on number 8 Cooper Flynn with 10 seconds left, but Flynn got a takedown, turned into a near fall, and that was that. But that just kind of seems like one of those moments you're going to have as a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, you're gonna have some ups and downs, but you just got to battle through them. And like I said, that was at the beginning of the season. So by the time you get towards, you know, Big Ten championship. We call it March Madness. Once you start getting around that time, you should be starting getting consistent and knowing what you're good at and sticking to it and really pounding on guys that you should be beating. So see if Rivera can get to his feet and open up some points, because I think the Badgers need Rivera to come in big here with either a pin or attack in order to keep these guys in it.
Well, that said, Anderson, another one of those really great defensive guys. Obviously not his best first period so far, but he's one Big 12 Wrestler of the Week back in early January. Placed third at the Soldier Salute at 125. So interesting ranked bout here. Cannot count Anderson now, especially a guy who's, you kind of saw Rivera going 100% there. I think he's a little tired at this moment, or minute into second, still got some gas.
Yeah, I think Rivera's fine here. He's really staying strong on bottom, not really getting turned. I think this is Anderson's probably best position, I would guess, just because how he's riding him. He's riding him real tough. But I believe once Rivera gets on his feet, he should be able to open up on him. It's just the work to get to his feet and get the escape. So let's see if he can get this escape, and once he does, I expect Rivera to come back and try to go get some points here for his team.
Rivera had himself a fantastic high school career. 3-time undefeated Wisconsin State champion, named Sports Person of the Year by Madison Sports Hall of Fame Club. That's not just Wrestler of the Year, that's Sports Person. So needless to say, he's had a darn good high school career and has absolutely carried over. We got to give credit to Anderson once again. Still no escape for Rivera here. He's been on that mat for quite a minute or two here.
Yeah, he has been down there, and he just got hit with stalling. So looks like Anderson is really, really working, hammering this guy on top. He's got that half, and I would be real careful if I was Rivera rolling around with the half in. So as I say that, he gets his reversal from a roll around.
How about that? Anderson was in control, it felt like, from almost start to finish with a couple seconds left. Rivera able to add 2 more points to his ledger as we head to period number 3.
And like I always say, score points before the period's over. That's the key to big-time wrestling. If you can score points before the period's over, you're gonna win a lot of matches here at this level.
Yeah, don't often see him score points after the period's over.
Yeah. So I believe Anderson chose top here.
Yep.
So again, I believe that Anderson, this is his best position. So with him being down, he chose his best position, and now let's see what he's got here. Let's see if he can put Rivera on his back. We'll see. There's your second stalling call on Rivera. 1 point awarded to Anderson.
Yeah, we were talking about tech fall in period number 1 after that 11-1 start for Rivera, and Anderson, he's whittling down that deficit. Obviously, Rivera has a lead he can play with, but it seems like it was a good decision to start on top for Anderson.
And there you go. There's your third stalling call.
Oh, wow.
So next one is worth 2 points. Rivera really needs to appeal this half or not let the half get in. He really can't sit there and let this guy ride him on the half, or he's going to get hit with a stalling call again. And like I said, the next stalling call is worth 2 points. And after that, you'll be getting DQ'd. And 6 point goes the other way. So
about the 3rd or 4th time Rivera's tried that roll, just unable to. I mean, Anderson's just wrapped all around him right now. 48 seconds left. Suddenly, this had turned into a pretty intriguing match.
It is, and there's your third stalling call. There's 1 point for him. So as of right now, score is 13-5. Anderson with a minute of riding time. Schwab is out on the mat.
Yes, he is. He wants another stalling call.
He does. Think he wants more so to see if we can get Rivera over to his back. There's another stalling call, so that's number 4. Now that's worth 2 points.
And how about that for Trever Anderson? Go down as a win for Nicolar Rivera, but not a major decision after that.
Yes, definitely not. And Trever chose his best position, and he got on top, and he scored points. He didn't score points by taking him to his back, but he scored points with stalling calls and showed the ref that he was working and the other guy wasn't. But Rivera walks off the mat. Rivera walks off the mat with the match as Chris Bono gets hit with the unsportsmanlike, and I believe that's 1 point, 1 team point for UNI.
How about that? You can see that Chris Bono.
They're licking their wounds right now, and sooner or later they'll get their older guys coming back, and hopefully those guys can lead the team. Also with some of your young guys that's been in the trenches already, and they'll come back and they'll continue to rebuild. I have no doubt in my mind that they'll start to figure things out here.
And suddenly we got ourselves maybe our most intriguing match of this meet.
Yes, Farber, he likes his head outside as Zane Fugitt was able to defend it. Like I said, defense to offense. He goes right back in, and ref is awarded 3 points for Fugitt as he gets the takedown on the edge of the mat. And like I was saying earlier, man, you got to be able to wrestle. You got to be able to defend yourself. Yep. Defend yourself and get back on your offense. So he was able to defend his legs there, and then he was right back in on his shot.
Fugitt, 15-5 record on the year, taking on Julian FARBER, who is 12-4, redshirt junior from Bonaire, Georgia.
And FARBER had a really good match against Iowa State. Jack Frost from Iowa State. He lost to him, but it was a good matchup, and you know, I think FARBER was supposed to lose that match, but he did come out and he fought, and it was a well-fought match. So,
yeah, it was an interesting one as Fugitt goes right back to work. FARBER struck first because number 5, Evan Frost. He got his right leg up twice in the first 2 minutes, but got dinged up for stalling, and eventually Frost was able to strike enough times to pull away.
Fugitt's really working on top here. He's got that bar in. He's trying to look for cross wrist. UNI is really good. They're really strong on bottom. They're able to get to their feet a lot. They're able to seal off, but Zane is doing a really good job on top of keeping them down. Let's see if we can work to get something, to get a turn here.
Fugitt earned himself a major decision last time out against Massey Odiati, 11-2. Already a whole hunk of ride time to his name.
Yeah, he's doing a good job at mat returning and getting this guy back down to the mat and showing the ref that he's working on top, because he honestly is. He wants to keep this guy down, and he doesn't want to give up any free points.
I got a question for you here, Coach.
Yes.
Julian FARBER, so he likes to collect and sell wrestling shoes. How many wrestling shoes did you have when you were going at it?
Man, I think I had maybe 2 pair.
Really?
Yeah, I had.
How did you decide which one?
I had a practice pair and I had a competition pair. There wasn't really much collecting for me. I just, once they got beat up, I hung them up, and I made sure I asked my mom for a new pair every Christmas. So still doing that till this day. Shout out to moms, getting me a new pair of shoes every Christmas.
Yeah, shout out Mrs. Gibson as well. Fugitt still has that left leg straddling the end of the circle, and now he will step out and he will head to the middle of the mat. How many shoes do you think you need to have to say you have a collection?
I think you got to have a
dozen?
Yeah, I'd say over a dozen. Yeah, I'd say over a dozen. Or you're always exchanging them with somebody.
That's a good point.
Or you got something unique. He looks like he's got some unique shoes on right now. I like them. I don't know if he colored them or if he bought them that way, but I've never seen any inflicts like that. So
well,
they look pretty cool.
I bet UNI is making sure he's set up with some nice swag, rocking that purple and yellow.
Oh, yeah. Zane's doing a good job. He's got to ride him out. Let's see if he stays on top. He's got 8 seconds. That was a big ride out for Zane. Big ride out. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. He kept him down.
Yeah, you said it.
Huge ride.
Getting close to securing ride time already if he's able to just keep up that pace. That's just a takedown difference here against one of the ranked competitors.
Yeah,
on this UNI squad.
And that's a big win for Zane. If he can get this win, this would be a big one. Even he got a bigger one against Van D from Nebraska and beat him. Major decision. So he's got it. He's young, but he's got it. And I think, again, like I was talking about with Rivera, it's going to come down to these guys staying consistent. As I say that, FARBER locks up a cradle. Let's see what FARBER can do with this cradle. Zane staying in a really good, strong base.
See FARBER, I think he's trying to keep himself in bounds, and just a split second he was out.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess good awareness there from Fugitt, just kind of scooping himself on the ground, trying to reach the end of that circle.
Yep. And sometimes as a coach, you don't want to say get out of bounds. Sometimes it's a wrestler being aware of where he is and knowing that I'm right there on the edge, especially with the cradle locked up. Just get yourself out of bounds and get a fresh start, which he did, which was awesome.
We talk about that ride time going into the period. You got to say FARBER's done an awful nice job of controlling this one thus far. Right in cue, Fugitt able to get himself close to getting out of there.
That was a beautiful shoulder roll by Zane. He gets to his feet, feels that pressure. He feels himself going back down. He hits that shoulder roll. He gets an escape, and there's FARBER in on that head outside single again, which he loves to be. So let's see if Zane can fight him off here. It's one of those positions where FARBER likes to be. Zane gets his legs back. FARBER switches on the head inside single. And this is what I'm talking about. You're on the edge of the mat. You don't want to be a coach and say, get off the mat. But as a wrestler, you just kind of got to be smart, and you got to wrestle here and obviously not get hit for stalling, but at the same time wrestle here. Good. That was a good shot by Zane to show the ref he's wrestling on the edge.
You think they're getting close to stalling here?
No, I don't think that was stalling. I wouldn't call stalling there. Zane kind of hit his shot there at the end. Like I was talking about, just a quick replay on that shoulder roll, which was beautiful, beautiful. I love those shoulder rolls. Zane and Rivera is really good at them, and once they get to their feet and they feel that pressure going back down, they do those real quick, and it's an easy way to get your escape. Sometimes even get a reversal on that. Oh, there it is, defense to offense. Almost got him.
Final seconds ticking down. FARBER looking to get greedy.
Oh, good wrestling. Good wrestling. And there's that reaction time. It looked like it was 3, but Zane found a way to fight his hips back out with 3 seconds left, and he gets no takedown.
Well, it's been the theme throughout. Talk about trying to get those points right at the end of the period, and FARBER, not a bad idea launching that attack, but Fugitt able to wrap his way back around and avoid the takedown.
Yeah, Fugitt, he's another one of those kids that really good coming out of high school, and he's a strong kid. Seen him in the weight room a couple times, and he can lift some weight, two times his size. So I'm excited to see what he's going to look like throughout the rest of his career, only being a freshman.
Man, when you seen him in the weight room, you guys go to the same Planet Fitness or something?
No, I get a chance to get in there, and I get a chance to see those guys get in the weight room. And the guy that runs their program, Sawyer Sarbacher, he does a great job getting these boys together. So,
talk a bit about Doug Schwab. Mentioned before that 15th coach in their team's history, and he has been nothing short of, 9th coach in the program's illustrious history, in year 15 at the helm. Yeah. And he just got this squad going just right out the gate. Took the job the 2010-2011 season, led the Panthers their first 12-win season since 2003. So bring a guy in looking to try and get that program back up. He just said, watch this. In 1 year, he got the job done.
Yeah. And he's got 20 All-Americans underneath his belt already, and I don't doubt that he'll bring another 4 to 5 home after this year.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Props to Schwab, and he's doing a good job. I know he's got 2 sons that are wrestling probably at the Iowa tournament this weekend. So he's doing his thing, man. I'm happy to see that another program is thriving. We need programs to stay on top, especially with wrestling, and keep this sport alive.
Yeah, you said it. And I think just a good culture of just respecting everyone. I think a proof of that is that UNI, one of the rare teams that recognize their student manager on the coaching page. So Shout out Hunter Philpott, student manager of this squad. I mean, I know a couple folks who are student managers, and that is an awful big commitment.
It is, very much. So now we got a minute left, and it looks like FARBER is coming back. He's really turning up his offense. He's down 4-zip, 5-zip. I think riding time's not yet secured, but it's getting close. As I say that, Zane gets hit with stalling. FARBER's in on the leg again. See if he can finish. Zane's doing a good job with his hips. Make sure he's getting his hips back. Now he's just got to get to his drag. As I say that, we get a stalemate with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, neat little sequence. You can see FARBER had control of Fugitt's right leg and just not quite able to drive him all the way through. A good job from Fugitt, as we said before, just done a really nice job defensively thus far.
Yeah, and I won't be surprised if Faber gets to a head outside single again here. There it is. He almost got that one. Now Zan's got to get off his knees. Zan's got a hand fight. He's got to keep his head in the battle. He's got to clear out of that underhook. He's got to be willing to hand fight here in order to not get taken down or get a stalling call.
Fugitt likes to keep him close, and he's done a good job of that.
Well, this is a big win for him if he seals it in 3 seconds.
There you have it.
There you have it. Yep.
5-0 your final. Zan Fugitt able to get the job done against a real talented Julian FARBER, and suddenly Badgers 6-9 your score right now. So obviously you Fieldhouse. Vince Hesberg here with Coach Cedric Gibson. Take it to the 165 weight class where got ourselves an interesting one. It'll be Cody GOEBEL, redshirt sophomore from Aguanago, Wisconsin, 4-4 on the year, taking on Jack Thompson, the grad student.
Yeah, and GOEBEL's one of those young guys again that's pushed in the lineup, and I think he had a close one last time against. I can't remember which one it was, but I know last time he suited up, it definitely was a close match for his first time suiting up for a duel here. So we'll see how he is. He's really good. He's a scrambly kid. You get in on his legs just like this, and you think you got him, and he's able to wrestle with you a little bit. So we'll see how this one pans out here. And as I say that, Thompson's trying to elevate that leg, and just like I talked about, Cody's he's a tough kid. He doesn't like to give up points, and he's going to fight his butt off in order to not give up those type of points. So.
GOEBEL in 2022 in high school, Wisconsin State finalist at 145. Career 24-23 record, 14-9 last season.
Thompson's a South Dakota State transfer, and as I say that, we get a slip, slide by, no points awarded. They're going to give him reaction time to kind of wrestle through this position. Yep, Cody's got to elevate it. Now he's got to slip his arm out and find a way to capture the other leg. If he can get that leg elevated again on the edge of the mat, he's got to get that leg elevated. As he gets it elevated, let's see. Thompson gets back in on his ankle. If he can roll underneath it, he's fine. Look like Thompson's okay with just holding on to the leg. Let's see if they're going to let him wrestle. They still made it out.
Yeah, crowd doesn't like it, but it was kind of a veteran move from Thompson there, able to grab that ankle, and he just kind of recognized as long as he was holding on to that, there's going to be no takedown awarded.
Yep, and as you can see that replay, that was that first takedown for Thompson. Just kind of a little sweep there and found a way to find the back ankle and took him down for 3. Cody gets an escape, and now we're back on our feet.
Last time out, Thompson got takedown with 5 seconds left in the second period against Aiden Riggins. Rode that to a 7-2 win. 45-25 career record. No pins on the year. Did have 3 last year.
Well, Cody's got to do a good job here like I talked about. I know in that match last week for Thompson, he got to his high crotch a lot, head outside single. So there it is, left side, head outside single. GOEBEL finds a way to defend it off. Now we're in that front headlock position. I like to see Cody gets his elbows inside. As I say that, there's your takedown.
How about that? Right as the horn sounded, GOEBEL gets the takedown. He is in the lead heading into our next period.
Just like a veteran, even though he's not a veteran, you get that takedown right before the period ends, and you know that you're in good business. You don't have to worry about riding anybody. You just move on to the next period, and your points scored in that last period is capped. So huge for him. Cody chooses down, and he gets an escape. Now he goes up 5-3. And let's see if we can get these Badgers loud so Cody can go find a way to get another takedown here. I think GOEBEL's confidence is building more and more as he wrestles throughout the year. He's another kid that's been going to a lot of opens and wrestling pretty tough at these opens. I know he placed at the Iowa State Open up in Ames a little bit earlier this year. So these guys have been wrestling, even though they haven't been wrestling in the big red circle, but they've been wrestling throughout the year, and they're finally getting their chance to get on the mat in front of a home crowd and being able to show these guys what they've been working on. So we get a stalling call for Thompson, and it looks like
he's taking a second on the mat there.
Yeah, GOEBEL got head-butted or poked in the eye, or something happened here.
How often would that happen to you, Coach?
It happens a lot. Either poked in the eye, or head-butted, but you got to shake it off and got to get back to it.
Right back to it. GOEBEL 4-4 on the year. Chance to pull off what would be the upset of the evening so far. That said, a whole lot of time left for Jack Thompson. Fantastic takedown prowess to his name. Only needs one to get himself a lead, and he's trying to go to work on that right leg, Coach.
Yeah, and that's what Cody can't have happen.
Uh-oh.
And as I say that, like I said, he's a scrambly kid. He'll do what he can to get a takedown. That's a big takedown right before the second period is over. Big takedown.
Just that looked like Thompson had the makings of a successful attack. It was GOEBEL able to flip himself around, and he's up by 5. Second period counting down.
Now Cody's got to ride him out here. He's got to stay on top. Can't allow him to finish. And there it is. There's your second stall call. 1 point for GOEBEL. This would be huge for GOEBEL. There you go. Going into the third period, up 9-3.
This Badger bench is electric right now. They know they got the makings of a memory potentially for Cody GOEBEL. That said, it's going to be tough. Thompson a chance to reset his mentality, and just 2 takedowns needed to tie this one up.
Yeah, I think Thompson's a little tired here, so
I think you're right.
I think if Cody GOEBEL can go get a takedown here, this arena might explode with what we got here. So let's see if he pushes the pace and go get another one. If he gets a takedown here, pretty much seal the match.
Ride time likely not a factor.
I really like to see Cody go after it. Don't let Thompson get to that left side high crotch. He's really looking for it. He's got to keep his hands low. He's got to keep hand fighting. Can't post. He's got to keep his levels changed. And there it is. There's that left-sided shot again. Now he's got to wrestle. He's got to continue wrestling. This is how he scored last time. Looks like we're going to get a stalemate.
Yeah, it seemed like GOEBEL was more than content to just hang out on top, keep milking that clock. 54 seconds separating him from a major upset.
I think one more takedown here is huge. Cody should really be trying to push pace. Thompson's got 2 stalling calls against him. Slide by, 2-on-1. As he's pushing. He's Got to get to some type of control position, whether it's a 2-on-1. Here's his opportunity to score. Let's see if he's going to work to try to get it. Nope, he's okay with coming up to her feet.
Thompson, the graduate's doing all sorts of awareness. He knows he's got to hustle, but just 15 seconds left, and this place is starting to feel it.
Yeah, I think Thompson just kind of ran out of gas after this match, and Cody found a way to pull it out, which is awesome.
How about that for Cody GOEBEL? 9-3, your final. We got ourselves an upset.